Wrigglesworth's Hang-Ups by Tom Wrigglesworth and James Kettle. Profit and loss.
Hello?
Dad, it's Tom.
Tom? You'll have to remind me of a terrible memory for voices.
Your beloved son.
Oh, that Tom. Oh, well, never mind.
Where are you?
I'm at war, Tom.
Oh, God. You've not been watching those army ads on TV again, have you? I've told you, you're too old to be the best.
Not that sort of war, Tom. I'm fighting the age-old conflict of man versus machine. Or, to be precise, man versus vending machine. All I wanted, you metal monstrosity, was a cup of tea, white, no sugar. Well, you haven't heard the last of this. I'll tip you over. I will. I'll leave you on your ruddy back like a stranded tortoise, and then we'll see who's laughing.
Don't do that, Dad. They say 2 people a year are killed tipping over vending machines.
Don't talk about things like that, Tom. Not while I'm in here.
And where's here?
I'm at the hospital.
What are you doing at the hospital?
I've told you what I'm doing. Trying to get a drink out of the vending machine. Tea, white, no sugar. Honestly, it'd be easier getting a sensible opinion out of a Lancastrian.
No, I mean...
Oh, don't interrupt me, Tom. This is important. I swear I pressed the button for tea, but what do I get? Coffee.
Dad, why?
And it gets worse. It's iced coffee. In a tin. In a tin, Tom. You can't drink coffee out of a tin. You might as well drink soup out of an egg box.
Dad, why are you in the hospital?
Huh? Oh, it's your mum's friend. I'm afraid it doesn't look good, Tom.
All right. I'm sorry.
It doesn't look good at all. It says here it's vanilla flavour.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's like getting information out of my parents. Rather than telling you the important things up front, they insist on dancing around the subject in a foxtrot of total irrelevance. It's like switching on the 6 o'clock news and having Hugh Edwards say, "These are the headlines, but before we get to them, what do you think to these trousers?" You said I'd never get that curry stain out, but I did, didn't I? Good quality cloth is that. Anyway, Israel. I have quite a distant relationship with my parents. It's a distance of 160 miles, and I like to keep it that way. You see, I live in London, where time is money and chit-chat is kept to a minimum, whereas my mum and dad live in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, a place so chatty the actual purpose of a conversation is often an accidental afterthought. On this particular Sunday, I didn't have time to waste listening to my dad go on about hot beverages, or indeed iced ones. I had something much more important to do, namely, waiting for the result of the Bristol football derby to find out how many throw-ins occurred in the course of the match. Now, this might not sound like a scintillating way to spend the evening, but you have to understand that I was at that moment in the grip of what some of you would call a gambling problem. But I would term a gambling situation. I'd recently set up an online betting account, and it wasn't going well. I don't really know why I started. I blame all those adverts with Ray Winston telling you it's all about the in-play. Normally, I'm immune to advertising, but I'm beginning to wonder if Ray Winston hadn't managed to intimidate me slightly. I'm worried that if I start to watch sport and don't gamble, he's going to find out and come round, taking the front door off its hinges before standing over me, telling me that I'm a pathetic little princess. Regardless, this troubling financial situation meant that I was keen for my dad to get to the point and tell me exactly why he was at the hospital.
You know what I hate most about this? All the waiting.
Finally, Dad, will you please tell me what it is you're waiting for?
My dinner, Tom. You know I like to have it by 5.
But that's ridiculously early.
I need that long for it all to go down, Tom. You've no idea what life is like in my colon. It's hell in there. That's why I needed a drink. And what am I faced with?
Iced coffee?
Iced coffee, Tom. It's completely blown my mind. A tin of iced coffee. And in a steel town as well. It's an affront to all that's decent.
Is it not more like a can?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Tom. I think I'm more than capable of telling what's in my own hands and in front of my own eyes without needing help from some plumber 160 miles away.
I'm just saying, you get cans of iced coffee. Drinks like lemonade or Coke come in cans. Food like tuna, soup, or beans come in tins. It's one of life's unspoken rules.
Ah, well, that's where your system falls down, doesn't it, Tom? Because where does coffee come from? Beans. Argue your way out of that one.
Dad, can we possibly talk about why you're in the hospital?
You remember Malcolm? Lived down near the park, voted SDP in 83 against my better judgment. Not that I've brought it up all that many times since. Malcolm, as in Malcolm and Angela. Angela, your mum's friend.
Oh, God, yeah, of course. They're lovely. How is Angela? How's Malcolm?
Oh, yeah, they're both fine. I was just wondering, maybe Angela might find a use for this iced coffee.
Dad, please, get a grip. Tell me, who's in the hospital? I don't care what you do with that can of iced coffee.
I thought we'd just agreed it's a tin. Oh, your mother's here. Any news?
No. There's only one vending machine on this level.
Unbelievable. Don't tell me Jeremy Hunt's been selling them off as well. That man will have anything away that's not nailed down.
Dad, put her on.
Tom?
Mum, what's happened? Why are you in the hospital?
It's Maureen, Tom. Your dad went round there this morning. He felt a cold snap was coming on and he wanted to borrow some grit out of a bin. You can always rely on Maureen for grit. We always relied on her for grit.
Mum, it's all right. What happened?
She collapsed in the kitchen, Tom. The doctor says it's something to do with the kidneys.
And what are they going to do?
We've had an update and it's not good news. The doctor explained it all to us, but to be honest, we didn't understand a word of it. Your dad nodded and murmured out of politeness, but I don't reckon he was listening.
How do you know he wasn't listening?
Nearly 50 years of marriage has taught me a few things, Tom. If your dad nods and murmurs, it's because he's not listening. You can tell when he's listening because he'll try to correct you.
Can I speak to him again?
Best not, love. He's deep in conversation with the nurse.
What's it about?
Hard to say. I can't make out the words from here, but it looks from his gestures like he wants to ride a dolphin.
Ladies and gentlemen, as if the NHS wasn't under enough strain, as if nurses aren't already struggling with worsening pay and conditions, they now have to face coping not only with the sick, but with something even worse, dealing with the demands of my totally healthy father. But I was beginning to understand where my dad was coming from, going on about tins and his dinner. Bad news can be a lot to take in. And my dad was only doing what a lot of people do, which is to concentrate on the little things so as to avoid the pain of facing up to what's really important. Much like the footballer John Terry concentrates on playing football rather than experience the pain of facing up to who he is and what he's like. Speaking of football, I also had some bad news to deal with. How can a 90-minute match not contain a single throw-in? That's like a trip to a urinal that doesn't feature a sigh. Even Match of the Day called it a miracle never to be repeated. As a result, my finances were in an even worse state than before. But I thought, a little bit more outlay, and I can win this all back. But before I placed my next bet, I realised that with my mum and dad at the hospital, there was someone that I needed to check in with.
Hello? If it's about me being involved in an accident that wasn't my fault, you'll have to be more specific. I'm 91 years old and I can't remember ever being in an accident that was my fault.
No, Granny, it's me. It's Tom.
Oh, hello, Thomas, love.
I've been speaking to Mum and Dad about Maureen. I thought I'd check to see if you're okay being home on your own.
It's been lovely, Thomas. I've finally been able to have my dinner at a reasonable, civilised time, like when I've actually finished digesting my lunch. Honestly, the way your dad runs our meal times, I feel like one of those geese they force feed with pâté.
That's a delightful image.
I'm glad you rang. There's some things I wanted to ask you. It's about my new iPad. I won it at bingo in the Yorkshire and Humberside. Friday nights mean big prizes and bigger surprises.
I see. Well done you.
I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I don't send emails, I don't play games, and I keep all my music on tape. It's quite heavy, So I suppose I could use it to hold the end of the rug down.
You can do loads with an iPad, Granny. Watch TV, check the weather, you can do a bit of gambling.
Gambling? You don't do gambling, do you, Thomas?
Well,
Don't lie to me, Thomas. I've not forgotten the yes, Granny, I have brushed my teeth incident.
That was in 1981.
Grannies have long memories.
All right. Well, you know I always watch the football. I thought I could spice things up a bit by putting some money on it.
Oh, Thomas, how could you?
Granny,
You gambling on football matches, throwing your money away.
I didn't.
You should be gambling on horses.
All right.
Your granddad loved having a bet on the horses. Not that he ever had a problem, mind. He strictly limited himself to one visit to the bookies per day. And he'd never spend more than 3 hours in there at a time.
Did he make money out of it?
We were never short of cash in those days. Your mum always had what she wanted as a little girl. New clothes, new toys. Of course, your granddad had a system.
A system? Brilliant. What was it? Can you remember what it was? Oh, Granny, please, you've got to remember what it was.
Oh, yes, I told you. Grannies have long memories. What your granddad worked out is that no horse runs well all the time. And no horse runs badly all the time.
And? There must be more to it than that.
No. What it means is, if a horse underperforms for 2 races in a row, it's likely to overperform in its next race, just when its odds have gone out a bit further.
Genius. That's genius.
Hang on, it looks as if your mum and dad are back from the hospital. It's Thomas!
Tom?
Hi, Mum. How are things? How's Maureen?
It's not good, Tom. There's no chance of them letting her out. We'll be back up there tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Mum. How's Dad?
He takes a lot of comfort from the fact he bought a weekly parking pass for the hospital.
Yeah, I can see that being a big consolation for him at a time like this. And how are you coping, Mum?
Not bad. I'm going to get out the old photo albums, make one of my collages. Lots of pictures of me and Maureen. Maybe I'll be able to show it to her when she's back on her feet.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
There are so many photos of the two of us. We met at school, so we go back years. You know, people used to call her the lemon sherbet.
Because of her sharp tongue?
No, because she had jaundice when she was 9. So many memories. You know, when we all got married, we used to go on holiday with her and her husband, Ron.
Where did you go? Rotherham or something?
No, Whitby. Your dad and Ron used to spend hours showing off their blossoming knowledge of the North Yorkshire bee roads. Oh, they were wild times, Tom. Wild.
I don't remember a Ron.
They got divorced pretty early. She said he were too boring. Some people are very picky, Tom. Mind you, others aren't picky enough.
All this, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much par for the course. My mother's reaction to any kind of crisis is to keep calm and make a collage. Out comes the craft knife and she's off, hacking away through photos to create some new Frankenstein's monster of a montage. It's usually family photos she mucks about with, pasting them together to make scenes of celebration that could have never existed. In one of them, I'm wearing a party hat and pulling a cracker with my black and white great-aunt Martha, who died in 1953. I don't go in for that sort of thing myself. I'm not particularly interested in dwelling on the past. I prefer to keep moving forward, like a shark, concentrating on my next target. And I knew exactly what my next target was going to be. The 245 from Doncaster. I knew my granddad was going to help me out, the way he always had when he was alive. So I staked a significant portion of my remaining resources on a horse. A horse that last week had been a healthy 4-1 bet in a race he finished last in. 3 days later, his odds slipped to 5-1, and he finished second to last. This was a horse rejoicing in the, at the moment, somewhat inappropriate name of Blazing Saddle. But, following my granddad's logic, this horse couldn't, underperform for 3 races in a row. So I bunged on as much money as I could. I was just sitting down to cheer on the inevitable victorious Blazing Saddle when the phone rang. Hello?
Hello, Tom. Here's your dad. Listen, I've got a bit of good news.
Oh, brilliant. Maureen's over the worst?
I suppose I should probably have said there's some good news and some bad news. Maureen's very near the end.
Oh, right. What's the good news?
Well, certain preparations have to be made.
Right.
And I've been appointed the executioner.
Come again?
The executioner of the will.
You mean executor?
Good God, you're right, Tom. I don't know what was going through my mind there.
So how come you're the executor?
Well, apparently we all made a pact years ago during one of our holidays in Whitby. Your mum recalls it clearly. We discussed it over a fish and chip supper, which, upon my urging, we'd taken that day at 5 p.m. in order to avoid the rush.
It can get very busy, what with people wanting to eat their dinner at dinner time. Oh, that just about does it.
What's the matter now?
That useless horse, Blazing Saddle, has come in last, again.
Tom, I hope you haven't been betting. You know my views. Gambling's all very well if you know what you're doing. But I expect you've thrown all your money away on some four-legged glue factory.
It's all going to be fine, Dad. There's a system in place. It can't fail.
That's what they said about the euro. Hold on, your mum's here. She wants to speak to you.
Tom?
Hi, Mum.
Oh, it's good to hear your voice, love.
Hey, listen, Mum. I'm really sorry about Maureen.
Oh, there's still hope, love. And in the meantime, I'm really throwing myself into my collage.
Oh, that's good.
I've managed to include all 4 of her ex-husbands. I've got them flanking her in a diamond formation.
That's lovely.
When she told me she was marrying the 4th one, I said she was a fool. But I was so wrong, Tom. The collage really benefits from a nice even number. It stirred up a lot of memories, Tom. But that's okay. It's really nice. Just remind you, no matter how bad the present is, the past is something that can never be spoiled.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose there's something in that. When things are going bad for you, it's very comforting to look back to a time when you were happier. In my case, a time before I'd started gambling, and before I'd even heard of a horse called Blazing Saddle. I was desperate for a change of fortune, and I decided to stick with my granddad's system. After all, think about this. If a horse that's underperformed for 2 races in a row is likely to overperform in its next race, how much more likely to win is a horse that's underperformed for 3 races in a row? On that basis, Blazing Saddle is a sure thing. But before that race could come around, before the end of that day, in fact, I got another bit of news. A text from my dad telling me that Maureen had very peacefully passed away. Come on! Oh, come on! Come on, you useless horse! Just keep running! It's just a fence! No, don't go that way!
Hello?
Granny, it's Thomas. Look, I'm not panicking, but there seems to be a few problems with Grandad's system. Are there any details that you might have forgotten?
What system's that, love?
His betting system, the way he used to pick his horses.
Oh, yes. Your granddad was a terrible gambler.
You mean terrible as in he gambled a lot?
Yes, that's right. He gambled a lot. And he was terrible at it.
What? But you told me you had lots of money, enough to buy Mum new clothes and toys.
That's right. We did have plenty of money. As soon as he stopped gambling. Up till then, we were practically destitute.
Granny, this is the opposite of what you told me the other day.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm an old lady. I can't remember everything.
You said grannies have long memories.
Did I? It doesn't sound like the kind of thing I'd say. Hold on. Richard? Thomas on the phone?
Granny...
Tom, great to hear from you.
Oh, cheers, Dad.
Oh, it's that Tom.
Thanks. How are you and Mum doing?
What do you mean, how are we doing?
Well, how are you coping with, Maureen?
Oh, right. Well, people are being very kind.
Oh, good.
Your mother's very upset.
Yeah, but they were close.
Well, it's not that, Tom. I've been going through Maureen's papers, all part of the executive's duties, a sacred task requiring professionalism and discretion. Anyway, I found Maureen's diary, so naturally I read it.
Dad, you're not supposed to read someone's diary, even after they've died.
Don't be ridiculous, Tom. If we followed that rule, we'd never even have heard of Anne Frank. Do you want to know what I found in Maureen's diary?
No, I do not.
Okay, then.
All right, go on.
Allow me to read direct from the volume itself. Wednesday, another miserable day, grey, cold, overcast, and if that's not bad enough, the Wrigglesworths came over for dinner. I say dinner, but as they insist on eating at 5 o'clock, it's more of an excessive afternoon snack. What a pain in the backside they both can be. Frankly, I think the only reason they come round is because they're after some grit.
She's got away with words, hasn't she, Maureen? Does it say anything else?
No, that's the last entry. We both feel very let down.
Oh, you didn't tell Mum, did you?
I didn't intend to, Tom. Unfortunately, as soon as I read it, I felt compelled to run into the kitchen shouting, Catherine, look at this! I must have been in shock.
How does she feel about it all?
Well, you can ask her yourself. I'll get her to pick up the extension. Catherine, it's Tom.
Tom?
Hiya, Mum. I'm sorry about Maureen.
Who?
Your friend Maureen. Listen, I've heard about the diary.
I don't have any idea who you're talking about, Tom. Even if I did once know a woman called Maureen, based on what she wrote in her diary, she's clearly no friend of mine. Not only is she dead, but she's also dead to me.
Come on, Mum. You can't be like that over one page of a diary. What about your collage?
This is a terrible thing to say about anybody, Tom, but I'm not sure she deserves a collage.
Blimey.
I can't bear to look at pictures of her, Tom. I'm cutting her out of them.
What, so now you've got loads of old photos with holes in them?
Not at all. I've replaced her with Angela, as in Angela and Malcolm. They came round last night. Your dad wanted to palm some tin of iced coffee onto her. Anyway, I got her to do a few poses and snapped away. Then it's just a case of cutting her out and pasting her over Maureen in all the old photos.
I bet that looks really weird.
It's an interesting one, if I'm honest, Tom. It looks like me and your dad knew someone who was a lot older than us to start with. But as we've aged, she's remained exactly the same. I suppose it's what it must be like to be friends with Cher.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I must say, I did not like the idea of my mum and dad engaged in airbrushing Maureen out of their lives, not when this could have all been a temporary falling out. I mean, I've had cross words with my parents on plenty of occasions, but I'd hate to think that those cross words happened by chance to be the last ones we ever exchanged. Because like the current state of my mother's photo collection, it wouldn't really give the full picture. Hello?
Thomas, it's your granny. I just wanted to check, are you still gambling?
No, I am not. I've quit. I hit rock bottom and decided to cut my considerable losses. Grandad's system. It's put me off the whole thing.
Oh, good. I thought it would.
Yeah, what?
You shouldn't be wasting your money on gambling, Thomas.
You mean that...
Listen, I know you've quit, but I do have a bit of information.
Oh.
I was at my lunch club today and I got talking to the Colonel. It turned out he had a red-hot tip.
Probably an enlarged prostate.
A betting tip. Belgian football. He told me that in the game between Anderlecht and Standard Liège, there's guaranteed to be 17 throw-ins.
What? How could he possibly know that? Even if I was still gambling, and I'm not, I'm certainly not foolish enough to believe a tip like that.
Really, Thomas?
Yeah. Well, just out of interest, when does the match start?
Too late, it's been and gone.
Then why?
I put money on it. With my gambling app on the iPad, it's easy when you set your mind to it. Of course, what you have to remember is that it's all about the in-play.
Unbelievable. You won, didn't you?
Oh, no, the Colonel's tip was a dud. So I decided to try and make my money back elsewhere. I ended up making bet after bet in the hope of somehow breaking even. Oh, have you ever heard of a horse called Blazing Saddle?
What?
Came home third in the 2:45 at Newmarket. Well, sort of third. There was this terrible collision between the front runners. Fortunately, Blazing Saddle was so far behind, he managed to keep well out of it. Hardly any horses finished the race.
How many did finish?
3. But I had Blazing Saddle each way, so I was all right.
And how much?
£700. I want you to have it, Thomas.
Really?
There's nothing I need to spend money on, and I know you're in a bit of a hole. But after this, No more gambling for either of us. Agreed?
Agreed. Thanks, Granny.
Your mum wants a word. I'll get her for you. Catherine, it's Thomas.
Tom? Oh, Tom, I've made a terrible mistake.
I know you say that, Mum, but if you hadn't have married him, I wouldn't be here.
No, it's Maureen. How could I have been so stupid? It's the will, Tom. Your dad found the will.
What did it say?
There was a whole paragraph about me, Tom. How I'm the best friend she could ever have had. And she says even if we sometimes rub each other up the wrong way, she knows we can always forgive each other. And that's what true friendship is. Wow.
What does Dad think?
He says the whole paragraph is legally unsound and shouldn't be taken as binding. Oh, Maureen, how can I have got it so wrong?
Well, you've already cut her out of the photos.
Yes, but she's left me all of hers. Boxes and boxes of photos of us. She must know, Tom. She's up there and she knows, and she's forgiven me.
Well, I'm really pleased, Mum.
I'll put your dad on.
OK.
Tom?
Hello, Dad. This all sounds like great news.
Well, naturally I'm overjoyed.
I have to say, you don't sound it.
Well, all this stuff about your mother's all very well, but that Maureen hasn't taken back what she said about my dinner time.
Richard?
Oh, now your mother wants us to start having dinner at 6:30. 6:30? Might as well make it a midnight snack and be done with it.
It's what Maureen would have wanted.
Maureen.
Well, I think it's fantastic. You've not ended things on a bad note after all.
Right. And how are you, Tom? How's the gambling problem?
All resolved. I'm never gambling again. And I've come out pretty much even.
Well, that's all you can hope for, son. To be in the right place when the music stops and enjoy the little things that life throws your way.
It's very profound, Dad.
I'll try my best, son.
What's that?
I've got to do something to fill in the gap between old dinner time and new dinner time. Thought I'd enjoy one of these tins of iced coffee. Picked it up from the hospital on my way home. I think I'm beginning to get a taste for it. Vanilla, you know.
Really?
Amazing what the NHS can provide these days.
Tom Wrigglesworth's Hang-Ups starred Tom Wrigglesworth, Paul Copley, Kate Anthony and Elizabeth Bennett. It was written by Tom Wrigglesworth and James Kettle with additional material by Miles Jupp. The producer was Richard Morris and it was a BBC radio comedy production.
And next week, Mum and Dad think about getting a pet, while Tom...
Tom Wrigglesworth's Hang-Ups by Tom Wrigglesworth and James Kettle. The Animal Lovers.
Hello? Sheffield 61977.
Hey, Mum, it's Tom. You OK?
Oh, I'm a bit enervated, Tom. I've just been dealing with a public order incident.
Oh, no, it's not Dad, is it? Has he been causing a fuss in boots again? I've told him, you know, roll-on deodorants are not a product you can try before you buy.
It's not that, Tom. It's that ginger cat from next door. It's just attacked Brian.
All right. Well, some cats can be vicious. Who's Brian? Postman, milkman, marriage guidance counsellor?
Brian is a chaffinch, Tom.
Oh, God.
He's been visiting our garden for days. I've been feeding him bread. I started off with Mighty White, but I noticed he didn't hop around as vigorously. So I switched to a spelt loaf. I think Brian might be a celiac.
Really?
I've been trying him on other things too, Tom. He loves his grub, does Brian. I've been giving him a bit of chopped onion, some herbs from the garden.
Well, no wonder the next door's cat got interested. You have taken an already delectable piece of poultry and added a layer of stuffing. You might as well drape bacon across the chaffinch's back and ask the cat if he'd care to carve.
I heard a noise, went out there and saw that awful brute sunning himself on our decking with Brian's foot sticking out of his mouth. I went went at him with a mop handle, and luckily Brian got coughed up along with a fur ball.
Sorry, Mum, but you can't worry too much about these things. Cats are going to eat birds. Remember what Elton John says? It's the circle of life.
Oh, Tom, I've told you before, you can't live your life doing everything Elton John says and expect to get anywhere. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Indeed. He wants locking up inciting violence like that. The man's a menace.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is very much par for the course when I ring home to speak to my parents. I call them from my flat in East London, which is located between the twin financial powerhouses of Canary Wharf and the City. And they pick up the phone in Sheffield, which is located between a glorious industrial past and a frankly uncertain future. My parents share their house with my 91-year-old grandmother, Mabel Bradley. I get on very well with my granny. I think she's the most sensible person in the Wrigglesworth family, although I'm aware that's a bit like being the most polite Australian. Or the most charismatic candidate in a Labour leadership election.
I'm worried about Brian. He's just sitting there now on the feeding table with a glazed look in his eyes. I think he might have PTSD.
Mum, get some perspective. It's just a bird.
Oh, Tom, how can you be so heartless? That's what London's done to you. Here in Sheffield, life is sacred. It might not be very eventful, but that doesn't stop us from wanting it to go on as long as possible.
Do you think you might be using this bird as a substitute for something?
It's not just possible, Tom. I know it for a fact. I've been needing a little one to love and look after. I haven't had that since William passed away.
Who's William?
He was a house martin, Tom. I buried him last Thursday. Well, bits of him. Whatever the cat next door hadn't fancied. Oh, your father's just come in. Do you want to speak to him?
It's hard to give an honest answer to that question.
Richard? It's Tom. No, Tom Wrigglesworth. Oh, don't make that face.
Great.
Tom, I can't talk for long. I've got to get the pressure washer out. The patio's absolutely crusted solid with bird shit. It's almost like something's attracting them.
Well, look, as I've got you on the phone, I wonder if I can get some advice.
Advice? Certainly, son. Friends and lovers may come and go, but what lasts forever is a good quality cavity wall insulation.
Yeah, that wasn't the kind of advice I was after. You know a thing or two about geography, don't you?
Oh, I've correctly identified the odd oxbow lake in my time, and I can tell you the capital city of any country you can care to name. For example, the capital of Swaziland is Lubamba, at least traditionally, although most administrative functions have been transferred to the larger Mbabane.
Very impressive, Dad.
It's not something I tend to brag about.
Listen, I want to take the wife on a weekend away. Do you know anywhere nice to visit?
Have you thought about Kashmir?
Isn't that really dangerous for British tourists?
Oh, you've heard about that, have you? Never mind.
I was thinking about somewhere in the UK.
Well, Hebden Bridge is very nice this time of year. And then there's Scarborough, Whitby, Haworth, Thirsk, Bradford. I mean, the possibilities are nigh on endless.
Right. Dad, do you know anywhere that's not in Yorkshire?
I don't know why you're bothering with that, Tom.
I just think that having visited Yorkshire many, many times, the wife might prefer something a bit more unusual.
Middlesbrough.
Isn't that technically in Yorkshire?
Oh, it's a controversial topic. It's all bound up in the reintegration of Cleveland into historic county borders. You and your so-called wife could spend a fascinating weekend thrashing the whole thing out in conversation. Me and your mother can tell you from personal experience, it's chats like that that keep a marriage alive.
Oh, I think I'll pass. I don't know, Dad. I want to take her somewhere surprising and exciting. I feel like the north of England is just a bit samey. Dad?
Tom, what did you say to him?
What's happened?
It looks like he's had one of his attacks. He's collapsed on the stool at the breakfast bar and he's fanning himself with the York Minster placemat. Tom, what did you say?
All I did was ask him where I could take the wife on a weekend away.
Oh, have you considered Leeds?
Mum!
I love Leeds, Tom. It's so lovely and loud. We went there for a day and the noise of the place almost completely drowned out your father.
I'm hoping to go somewhere that's not in Yorkshire.
I've been hoping for that for years, Tom, but I don't suppose it'll ever happen. Oh, hold on. How about Bath?
You are?
You know, Bath. With all the Roman saunas and whatnot.
You mean Bath?
That's what I said. Bath.
Since when have you said Bath? You've never said Bath. It's Bath. You sound like someone on Radio 4.
It's the rule, Tom. You have to pronounce a place the way the locals pronounce it. That's why you're supposed to call Paris, Paris, and Newcastle, Newcastle. Sorry, polite.
I'm not sure about that.
Let me check. Richard, how would you pronounce Bath? No, it's no use, Tom. He's just making a face. It's impossible to put up with him when he's in one of these moods. I swear to you, Tom, if I didn't have Brian the Chaffinch to talk to, I think I'd lose my mind.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it goes. I ring up to get some advice on a weekend away, and my mum tells me she's worried about losing her marbles. Although, to be honest, if she's worrying about that, I think it might be a case of closing the stable door after the horse has been shot in the head and his lifeless, cooling body repeatedly danced on. I suppose she might be feeling a bit lonely. What she wants is a friendly presence to give her love and affection. I know she's got my dad, but that is absolutely not the same thing in any shape or form. Meanwhile, I had my weekend away to think about. My mum had come up with a good idea. I hadn't thought about Bath, which, by the way, is how it's pronounced. That could be perfect for my wife. It's not without its risks. She's from Scandinavia, you see, and the sight of anything Roman tends to get her Viking blood up. I can't tell you the number of fights she's got into at toga parties. But I had a look on the internet at Bath, which is how you say it, and it looked great. Nice restaurants, charming pubs, plenty of scenery. So I decided to go for it.
Hello? Listen, before you say anything, I'm 91 years old and I've still got all my own teeth. I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Hey, Granny, it's me, Tom.
Oh, hello, Thomas. How are things with you?
Oh, busy as ever, Granny. I'm booking a weekend away for me and the wife.
How lovely. Where are you going?
Well, either Bath or Bath. There's some disagreement over which. How would you pronounce it?
Aquae Sulis.
You are?
Aquae Sulis. That's the rule, Thomas. You have to pronounce a place the way the Romans would have pronounced it. It's only polite.
Are you sure about that, Granny?
Oh, yes. Your mum got me a book on the decline and fall of the Roman Empire out at library. I was hoping for a Marian Keys, but I'll settle for anything large print.
All right.
Strictly speaking, we should call London Londinium, and we should call Leeds Leodis.
Okay. What should we call Barnsley?
I'm not sure the Romans reached Barnsley, Thomas. I think they left it to the barbarians that have ruled it ever since. Hold on, your dad's just come in.
I'll stick him on, Granny.
Tom, it's your dad. I've got something very important to pass on and it can't wait.
All right, Dad. What is it?
Have you considered the Peak District? What? Hear me out, son. Now, the bulk of the Peak District is in Derbyshire, giving you that element of the exotic you seem to needlessly crave. But, and this is crucial, many of the most fascinating sites, including both Higgator and Carl Walk, are, and you're going to love this, Tom, are technically within the boundaries of Sheffield. How's about that for a compromise?
Right, so when I say I don't want to stay somewhere in Yorkshire, your idea of a compromise is to suggest somewhere in Yorkshire.
I don't think it's possible for a Yorkshireman to be any more reasonable.
Well, anyway, I've decided. We're going to Bath. Or perhaps you pronounce it Bath.
I don't pronounce it either way, Tom. It's just one of the many southern towns whose names will never soil my lips.
Is Mum there?
She's outside rigging up a new bird feeder. She came home from the shop with a load of suet balls. I thought they were pre-dinner nibbles. I'd already got through 6 before she told me they were meant for the sparrows. They're lying very heavy. I don't mind telling you, God knows how the birds can fly after eating them.
Mum keeps going on at me about those birds. I think she might be lonely.
Oh, don't talk daft, Tom. How can she be lonely? I fill our retired hours with an eclectic mix of stimulating events. This afternoon we're going round the house, identifying hard-to-reach areas with a view to future dusting. Then, as if life wasn't already exciting and varied enough, this evening we're going to the church hall for a fascinating talk on volcanoes.
All right. Who's giving the talk?
Me.
I know you're offering Mum variety, but it does sound a bit like a variety of options of unfathomable tedium. Maybe you should think about getting her a pet.
Oh, no. I'm not going down that road. Animals are dirty, Tom. They make a mess. They create odours. We had enough of that with you. I've had your bedroom window open practically every day for the last 18 years, and I swear the musk still hasn't fully cleared.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way things are with my dad. It's not that he doesn't like animals, it's that he doesn't like change. He is the only person who's opposed to the theory of evolution, not on religious grounds, but because it all sounds like too much hard work. Anyway, I had to press on with booking my weekend away. These days, I book most of my accommodation on Airbnb. If you don't know what that is, it's an app. What it does is it allows people to let out their homes to holidaymakers when they themselves are not around. It's brilliant, but my only reservation about it is the name, Airbnb, because that implies bed and breakfast. And I've stayed in loads of Airbnbs and no one has ever offered me breakfast. I mean, I won't deny, the internet and the smartphone has opened up a world of exciting new options, but until they invent the digital croissant, I'm going to call it Airb.
Hello?
Granny, it's me, Tom. Listen, I've been thinking about Mum and Dad, and I think we should encourage them to buy a pet.
Buy a pet? What are you talking about, Thomas?
You know, go down to the pet shop, see what they like the look of.
You don't pick a pet, Thomas. A pet picks you. We had loads of animals when I was a little girl, and every single one turned up on our doorstep unannounced.
What, seriously?
That's the way it was in those days. I remember I was desperate to have a dog, so my dad filled my pockets with meat paste sandwiches, sent me off into the streets of Sheffield and waited to see what would follow me home.
It's not like that anymore, Granny. You buy pets from the pet shop. Anyway, never mind where the pet actually comes from. The difficult bit is going to be to get Dad to agree to it.
Well, that's easy, Thomas. You have to use reverse psychology. My friend the Colonel told me you can get people to do anything with reverse psychology.
All right. It's worth a try. Is Dad about?
Hang on. Richard, it's Thomas on the phone.
Tom, I hope you realise you've disturbed your mother and me at a very delicate moment.
Oh, God.
We're within millimetres of topping the water pressure in the boiler to exactly 1.5 bar. I don't think we'll ever get quite that close again.
Listen, Dad, I wanted to ask you if you'd thought any more about this pet thing.
Oh, really, Tom? I've told you already.
Because I think it's very important that you don't jump into something like that too quickly.
Really, Tom? Do you know, that's the first sensible thing you've said since you packed your bag and told us you were leaving.
I just think before you make a commitment like that, you need to assess the feasibility, compile a list of potential risks and rewards.
Hey, now you're talking. And of course you can't make a list without doing a full site study.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Dad. Exactly that. A full site study.
I'll need to model potential hazards, plot financial outlay against emotional gain. You know what, Tom? This is the perfect excuse to take the plunge and invest in that new clipboard.
Ooh, you'll need more than a clipboard, Dad. A job like this is going to involve spreadsheets, the occasional Venn diagram, perhaps even fur samples.
Oh, it's like all my Christmases have come at once.
Oh, I don't know, Dad. You've got a lot on your plate. Are you sure you've got the time to take a job like this on?
I hope you're not underestimating my organisational abilities. You wouldn't even have been born without a stringent cost-benefit analysis. Your mother was kept waiting for ages while I sat there on the edge of the bed with my calculator in my hand, fiddling away doing the necessary.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of reverse psychology was all it took to get my dad eating out of my hand like Brian the Chaffinch. Or the next door cat, if what you happen to have in your hand was Brian the Chaffinch. In the meantime, I still had my weekend away to book. Turned out it was going to be tricky to get quality accommodation on the dates I had in mind, because that weekend, in Bath, which is how it's pronounced, There was due to be a big event at the Abbey. I think it was a celebration of the Queen becoming our longest-serving monarch. It might have been that, or it might have been a service of Thanksgiving to celebrate an unexpected but significant rise in house prices. Either way, it was the sort of thing that gets people in the south of England very excited.
Hello? Listen, before you say anything, if you want to hear my views about creating a cycle-only zone in Sheffield, I'm against anything that makes the place more like Holland. We don't want to make it any easier for the Germans to invade.
Hey, Granny, it's Tom.
Oh, hello, Thomas. Hey, I don't know what you said to your dad the other day, but it seems to have done the trick.
Ah, he's warming to the idea of having a pet, is he?
I guess so, Thomas. He's out in the garden with his clipboard and a stopwatch putting your mother through some time trials.
What do you mean, time trials?
He wants to see how quickly it takes your mum to get from the utility room to the bottom of the garden, just in case the animal stages a breakout.
Good Lord.
Hang on, your dad's just come in. Richard, it's Thomas.
Oh. Tom?
Right, Dad. Here you're putting Mum through her paces.
It's a sorry state of affairs, Tom. She wasn't much of an athlete, even in her prime of life. The state she's in now, I think a greyhound's well out of the equation.
Oh, I see.
We're just preparing for the next time trial. I've turned the hose on the decking, and your mum's putting on her flip-flops. We need to see what speed she can reach in the event of an unexpected summer monsoon.
Is all this really necessary?
Well, it's vital, Tom. It's all an important component of the PPPPP.
The what?
The Pre-Pet Purchasing Possibility Period.
Oh, I should have known. So, what animal are you thinking of getting?
Very hard to say at this point, Tom. I'm not keen on cats because they always look like they know more than they're letting on. And I'm not keen on guinea pigs because, although they may be cute, they are also, to all intents and purposes, vermin. As for parrots, well, the jury's very much out.
Is it?
I mean, it's all very well them reiterating things I say, Tom. In fact, it'd be quite useful to get repeats of the odd classic comment. What I'm worried about is them regurgitating any of your mother's claptrap.
Really?
I expect the field trip on Saturday will provide some very useful findings.
What field trip's that, then?
We're going to the zoo. Spending the day with the animals. Your mother thinks it'll get my comfort zone up, so I'm happier about bringing one into our lives. I wasn't sure at first, as you know, but when I thought about it a bit more, I began to see the advantages. The idea of something warm and furry sitting by the fireside at my feet, listening to me hold forth on whatever subject takes me fancy. Tell you, Tom, there's nothing more satisfying than a captive audience.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seemed like nothing was going to stand in the way of my mother getting the pet she needed. The only potential problem I could see was Brian. There is nothing harder to deal with than a chaffinch consumed with jealousy. So, while my mum and dad prepared for their trip to the Yorkshire Wildlife Park, I got ready for my weekend away. There was only one potential place left to stay, described on the Airbnb website as placed in a very convenient location on the outskirts of picturesque Bath. Or, as me and the wife found out when we arrived, slap bang above a laundrette in Swindon. We made the best of it and headed off for Bath the next day. There was a bit of a tailback on the M4, but it cleared up after that, so all in all, it just took us slightly longer to reach Bath than it would have done if we'd set off from London. Hello?
Tom, it's your mum. How are you enjoying Bath?
Very nice. We're just having a late lunch, while the wife maintains a comfortable silence. She's been keeping it up ever since we found out where we were staying. Are you at the zoo?
Yes. I think your dad's getting more relaxed around the animals. Mind, there are so many rules and regulations here. Do not feed the animals. Do not touch the animals. It's the nanny state gone mad.
You should probably do what they say, Mum.
No, don't be daft, Tom. If I'm walking about and see a lemur looking starving hungry while I've got a cling-filmed bacon bap in my handbag, I can't keep it to myself. It'd be cruel.
But, Mum, the animals are probably on special diets.
Oh, special diets are all nonsense, Tom. It's like when your dad tried to do Atkins. He got the wrong end of the stick and ate nothing but lard for a month. His blood pressure was so high it made him stop shaving in case he nicked himself and went off like Buxton Spring.
Yeah, but even so...
If a poor little creature wants something from me, Tom, I'm not going to withhold it. It's the same way I am with Brian the chaffinch. And by the way, you'd be surprised how fast a rhino can run when there's a packet of quavers on offer.
Oh, God.
I told your dad to forget about the signs. As long as he keeps away from anything dangerous, he can pat any animal he likes. He needs the skin-to-skin contact to get a bond going.
Yeah, if you say so, Mum.
Mind, it's an uphill struggle. He was slapping a pygmy hippo on the back for about 5 minutes. I asked him what was he thinking, and he said he was wondering about getting the sofa recovered.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my parents may have been having a great time at the zoo, but my day in Bath was going from bad to worse. Our plan was that once we'd finished lunch, we'd head down to the spa and take the world-famous waters. I realised that this might be a bit of a cultural challenge for my proud Viking wife, but I figured I could find her a float to hold and she could imagine she was the captain of a longboat. Unfortunately, when we got there, the place was all shut up, closed for essential maintenance. By this time, the wife's mood was getting darker and darker. I could see that she wanted to do to the city of Bath exactly what her Viking ancestors had done to Linda's farm. She'd already been kept awake by the spin dryers going all night under our Swindon love nest, and now she reckoned she was getting tinnitus caused by the incessant ringing of Bath Abbey. I felt there was nothing for it but to head back to a location just on the outskirts of picturesque Bath, namely London.
Hello? If you're calling from the library, I know the decline and fall of the Roman Empire is well overdue, but given I had to wait 8 years for you to install a ramp, you can hold on a few more days before I swap this for a Philip Gregory.
No, Granny, it's me. It's Tom.
Oh, hello, Thomas. Listen, I've got some wonderful news. I've got your mum and dad a pet.
Really?
Yes, I went to lunch club today and it turns out Sally's left me her tortoise.
Left it you?
Yes, well, she was 88 and the tortoise was only 5, so it wasn't a relationship that was built to last.
It's amazing.
It's perfect, Thomas. They don't eat much and they spend half the year asleep. Now I think about it, the tortoise and Sally had a dot in common. That and the wrinkled neck. And the best thing is, it'll never beat your mother to the end of the garden.
Are Mum and Dad pleased?
Your mother seems happy enough. I don't think your dad'll be pleased with anything very much till he's had his stitches out.
What? What stitches?
Terribly badly hurt he was. Hold on, your mother's here.
Tom, have you heard the news?
Well, some of it.
I think this is the happiest day of my life.
He's forgotten all about Brian the chaffinch then.
Oh, not at all, Tom. I think Brian and the tortoise are going to be great friends. They've got a lot in common.
Such as?
Well, they both live in the garden, and your dad doesn't like either of them.
Mum, what has happened to Dad?
Oh, yes, well, that did cast a bit of a shadow over proceedings. 6 hours we were in casualty.
But what happened?
It was a perfectly ordinary accident, Tom. Sort of thing that could have happened to anyone.
Yes?
He was bitten by a penguin.
What?
I know. I was surprised as you are. Although, to be honest, that's still not as surprised as your dad was. He was reaching in to give it a pat on the beak. Get a feel for it, you know, just in case we decided to go down the flightless bird route.
Amazing.
Well, you know how cold and clammy your father's hands can get. I think the penguin must have mistaken them for a delicious fish. Hey, they've got some bite on them, though, Tom. Took 3 zookeepers to prize it off. Oh, hold on, he's just here. Richard, Tom's on the phone.
Tom,
Dad, you had a nice time at the zoo?
button your lip.
Sorry. So, anyway, you know your PPPP system?
What about it?
Well, I hear it led you to deciding to pick up a penguin.
Tom, as soon as I've got these bandages off, I will take great delight in fetching you one. How was your weekend away?
Awful.
Oh, good. I'm delighted that your ideas have caused you as much misery as they have us.
What do you mean, caused you misery? I told you to get a pet. Now you've got a pet and Mummy's very happy. That was a great idea.
I don't want that tortoise. It's going to bring us nothing but bad luck. It's an omen.
What on earth are you on about?
Tom, that tortoise has gone round that lunch club faster than a case of shingles. Anyone who started looking after it's been dead within a year. It's like a black widow.
Don't be ridiculous, Dad. Anyway, it's great for Mum. Takes her mind off Brian the chaffinch. How's he, anyway?
Been a bit of trouble with Brian. I had to leave him at the zoo.
Leave him at the zoo? Why did you even take him to the zoo?
Well, I didn't mean to, Tom. Suppose I wasn't paying enough attention when I reversed out of the drive this morning. When we got to the zoo car park, there was Brian.
Where?
Stuck to the inside of my wheel arch. Best not mention it to your mother.
Tom Wrigglesworth's Hang-Up starred Tom Wrigglesworth, Paul Copley, Kate Anthony and Elizabeth Bennett. It was written by Tom Wrigglesworth and James Kettle with additional material by Miles Jupp. The producer was Richard Morris and it was a BBC radio comedy production.